first we see here now the third structural directive, that is a switch directive. Okay, so for that I just first create that component here. Just we create the component switch directive. For we use ngSwitch directive. Okay, so everyone understand means whenever we start a new session, in that we just take a 10 to 15 minutes review of the last lecture. So it is helpful for you, or whatever the or it is.
Yes, it is helpful.
Yes, it is helpful for me.
Okay, yeah. If you feel that it is a time consuming or it is time wasting, whatever your feedback, because your feedback is valuable for me. So
It is very
Not
helpful.
for me. It is helpful.
okay, fine. Thank you, all of you. Okay. So here we create a switch directive. First, we have to map that. You can copy that selector, that is app switch directive, and we can map and that app component. Okay, we just check out whether your output is there visible. Okay, your switch directive is giving the output. Okay, fine. Now to learn switch directive, we can make a simple UI. Means a simple example. We can learn that switch directive. First, I just create a UI. How we can you create that? Just see here. We create one more input box. Here one create a button, and here one create a div. Okay. So here in the input box, we can just enter the color name. Enter the color name. Okay. We give the provision to the end user to enter your color name. Okay. After that, on the button click, we can send that data to your component file. Okay. If end user enter the red, green, whatever the color name is mentioned in that input box, when we click on that button, that data should be sent to your component file. Okay. And according to that color name, we can display here the text in your div tag. Here we that rectangular shape is we can create it as a div, and in div tag you can just display your color name is whatever the color name is there. For example, if you are mentioning a red, take example, or we can mention here red. Okay. When we click on send button, if you are entering red, it will display in that div that is a red. Second, at the same time, you have to apply background to this div. If you are entering red color, red background should be appear for that div. Okay. At the same time, text should be displayed and background should be red. If end user enter the color name, it is a green. Okay. And while clicking on send button, here text should be your color name is green, and apply the green color background for this div tag. Okay. To implement such things, red, green, whatever the implementation we require, for the div tag, we use a switch directive, because according to a specific case, we have to perform to any task or any operations. For that, we use a switch. It sort out the errors. Instead of that, if you are thinking from the beginning with the micro thinking, what we require, what we have to perform, then it is easy for any developer. Okay. You are all a good developer. So follow that habits. Okay. Then third step is event binding. Correct. Fourth step is a logic processing. Correct.
Yes, Smith.
Yes,
Fourth step. In the logic processing, what we here logic will be processed. So whatever the data is received from the input box, that we can store in your any property. Here we can make it one, for example, we can create one property that is a choice property, and that data should be stored in your choice. Okay, I mean, just you can assign that data to the choice property. Simple logic processing is there. Okay, for example, input color. Okay, then fifth step, apply switch directive. Switch directive to div tag. Okay, then what is the sixth step? To display a text according to the case. Display the text according to case. Case means whatever the color is mentioned here in that way. Then next, what is the seventh step? Apply background, means background color, correct? Background color to div. To apply background color to div, what type of functionality we have to implement for the step number 7 to apply background color to the div? Yes, think for 1 to 2 minutes and give me the answer.
Class binding.
Okay. Anand told that class binding. Yes, you can use class binding as well. Either class binding, sorry, either class binding or alternate way. What is the alternate way? Correct, class binding, but what is the other alternate way?
String interpolation.
No, string interpolation is only simply rendering a data.
Style binding.
Very good. Style binding. Very good. Correct. Either use class binding or either use style binding. So whatever you want, you can use it. So at least minimum these 7 steps you have to perform this simple task. Clear?
Yes, Sumit.
Okay. Can you clear these things so you can implement in according to that steps? Clear these things. So now first step is to make UI. So initially we have to require an input box. We create the input box. In that we can mention the placeholder to enter the color name. Enter the color name. Okay. Then we use a button tag here also. On that button we can use a send, and also we can here create a div tag. For that we can just use a HR tag, and here we can create a div tag. Okay, that div tag we require a rectangular format. I require that div tag in a rectangular format. For that we can use we can write a CSS for that. I'm just writing here CSS to display rectangular form. So we can apply div, sorry, in div we can apply the CSS to set a width, for example 350 pixel in a rectangle, and we can make it as a 250 pixel. Okay, next how we can apply the switch directive we can see later. Okay, that part I can keep here as a pending. Okay, now initially part, that is the first step, we can create it, make a UI. Second part, create a template reference variable. So we can create here template reference variable hash input color. Okay, that is a template reference variable. Next, perform the event binding. So on button click, we can create the event binding, that is a click, and on send, we can create event handler, and we can pass that event handler that whatever the input color, only we require a value. So from view file, we can send only the value. We have a input color as a template reference variable, and we can dot, we can send the value. Okay, now on send method we have to create in your Typescript file. So we can just create on send. It receives the input color whose type is a string. Okay. Up till now we perform that event binding steps. What is the next step? Fourth step is your logic processing. For logic processing, we have to create here one property. We create a choice is a property, make it its type as a string. Initially we can set as a black. Okay, why we set black we will tell you later. Okay, initially I just set a black. Black is your color name. Okay, and perform here logic is dot choice is equal to input color. Okay, simply perform a simple logic. Next step, apply a switch directive to your div tag. Now come to your view files and apply here switch directive. Now I am use a shortcut key for that, a ngSwitch. Okay, so switch case you can apply any HTML. Okay, you can apply on paragraph tag, span tag. You can use a div tag. Okay, generally or we use on a div tag because div tag is a block tag. In HTML div tag it is called a block tag. Block tag, inside that block tag we can create many more HTML tags as well. You can create it. So recommendation key that is use a div tag. Okay, but according to your project functionality you can. For time being I'm using a div tag. And that div tag is the main div tag. In that we apply the ngSwitch. We use a property binding here and we can apply here your expression. That expression is your property name. Whatever the logic we process, that we can store data input color into your choice property. We can mention here your choice, that is a property. That property we have to bind that ngSwitch. For that we use a property binding. Inside that main div, you can create the cases. Like your in switch case, we can create case 1, case 2, case 3 in core Java as well as in Typescript. We learn that same approach we have to use here. For every case, we create a switch case. Okay, so here you want to create one or more cases. Every cases you require to create a div tag. Okay, for that syntax is star ngSwitch case, and here mention your which case you have to perform. For example, here in a single code, we can mention that red color. For the we can mention a red color case. If choice contain a red as a color name, then it directly goes in that div tag. Okay, so we can here mention just your color name is whatever the color name, we can just dynamically display that render with the help of string interpolation. So we use a choice as a property. Same if you want to create one or more cases, you can create a div separately. Or we can mention here, for example, we can mention the green. One more, we can create the case. We can mention the color name is a blue. If red, green, blue, instead of other color name is there, then it is goes into your default case. That is a star ngSwitch default. In that case, we can just mention here text. Your color name is wrong. Okay, and whatever the color name, whatever the color name is there, we can just mention here choice. That is dynamically data will be displayed. Okay. So first we check this much part. Okay, we can apply then further how to set a background. All these things we can see the further. First check whatever that it goes into that particular case or not. So come here. If you have mentioned here red as a color name, when we click on send, your color name is red. It comes into that particular div and execute that code. If you have mentioned here green, it comes into that particular div tag, your color name is green, it executed. If you are mentioned here blue, we can send that your color name is blue. If you mention anything color name, it goes into the switch case, your color name is wrong, and whatever the color is, it is displayed. Okay, means it perform properly. Now our next task to apply a background color to that particular div. If a red color is there, then div should be rendering with the red background. Okay, so how we can perform that? We can use for the style binding. If you want to use class binding, you can use class binding. I here use a style binding. Okay, for that we can first case we apply a style binding. We use a property binding. Use a style is attribute, that is HTML attribute. We already discussed in a style binding session. Style dot background, that is a CSS property. Background is a CSS property, and you can attach or you can bind your property. What is the property? Your choice. Okay, so it will display your color is red. Same functionality you can apply every div. So you created div tag here, green, blue. I just give the paces for your code readability purpose. Okay. So now check whether it is applying that color or not. So we can apply red. When click, see here, your color name is red. If you are mentioned here green, then green color is applied. If you are mentioned here blue, blue color is applied. If you are applying different color, then it is in the default case. Okay, now it is working properly. Now, when your color name is wrong, it goes into the default case. In that case, you have to apply orange color for the div tag. Okay, when here color name is different, you can apply here orange color in that scenario. Here by default you have to apply a black color. Okay, means default color should be applied a black. Okay, and when we mention here any different color name, whatever you return the case, other that red, green, blue, other that any color you can mention here, then your orange color should be applied. Okay, so we have to make a condition basis style binding on switch directive. Okay. For that we can use here condition on the switch directive. For that ngSwitch default, how we can apply here, that also we learn in your style binding, how we can apply condition basis style binding. Simple here, style is an attribute, again dot, you have to set background. Okay, on that background we just make here condition. Initially in the choice property, we here mention the color is black. Okay, so right now I am removing that things and just remove that and keep it as a blank. The choice I'm initially keep it as a blank. Then we can mention here condition style dot background. If your choice is equal to blank, then use a ternary operator and we can apply black color, sorry. Then if condition is false, then we can apply orange color. Okay, simple condition I mentioned here. Check out whether it is working properly or not. Come on to the here. See here, initially black color is applied. If you are mentioning, for example, red, just check out other condition is working or not. Okay, so red is working. If you use a green, then green color is applied. If you are mentioning here blue, blue color is applied. If you are mentioning any other color name, okay, instead of that cases we return, it will you apply orange color. Again, it is working properly. Okay, what is our requirement? That if you are giving any color, different color name, it set your background color as a orange. Okay, got these things, everybody?
Yes, Sumit.
Sumit.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Sumit.
Yes, Sumit. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
but here's something problem is. Okay? See here, what the problem is occur. If I mentioned that having giving space, because that application is working on the end user. End user is a non-technical people. Because we are a development people or we are technical people. We know that what when exactly will happen. End user is a non-technical people. So they can mention the color name in any format. For example, that end user giving the space and we can mention that red and again give any space and just hit the button. Then it goes in the switch case. But end user, what the end user think? I'm giving the same color name. I also give the right spelling of that color name red. Still, red color is not be applied. Correct? Is this any problem on that color name? Yeah, any wrong spelling mistake or not anything? No? Still, it is goes into switch case, default switch case, and apply the orange color. So how can overcome that problem?
By using trim.
Using trim. Very good. Where we have to use trim?
Choice section.
Where? Sorry.
Choice.
Okay. Means you have to apply on the component file.
Yes.
Okay. So you can apply here input color dot trim method. And you know that what exactly trim method? It removes the leading and trailing white
Spaces.
spaces. Correct? So we use the trim method. Now we check out whether it is working or not. We're giving some example green. Okay. And just now it is working properly. Now end user give anything in the format, it's working properly. But still, see here, for example, I'm giving a red, apply red color. But still one more problem here. What problem here? See here. If I'm giving the color name in that fashion. Okay. Whether the spelling is wrong,
No.
correct? Okay. Now use a say. What will happen? It gives an orange color. But correct color name and correct spelling are also given. Still it is apply orange color. Because end user will apply anything. You can end user perform any combination. This is a non-technical guy, end user. So how can overcome this problem?
To lowercase.
Lowercase.
To lowercase. Very good. You can apply to lowercase. You can apply lowercase means you can make it one for uniform format, make it is in uniform format, and then it will give the proper output. Okay, sorry, you can just check out here. If you are mentioning RED red, now it is applied red color. If you are giving green, apply green color. Now it is working properly. Okay, if you are giving any other color name, for example pink, it will goes into your default switch case and apply your orange color. Okay, got these things, everybody?
Yes, Sumit.
Yes, Sumit.
Okay, but still it has a problem. Okay, what is the problem? Initially it set the black current, but your text should not be visible. See here, it is text is present, but it is a overcome in your background because your color should be in a black and your background you apply it is also black. So your color name is wrong, is there. Okay, so how you can visible that input text on that div?
You have to change the text color.
You have to change the text color. Okay, where we have to change the text color? Yes, where?
In ng default.
In ng default. Please tell me how you can write the code here.
In that we can use style.color is equal to
Property binding
White.
style dot color.
Style dot color, and then we can apply here. Okay, now we can apply here.
Gray.
Apply here. Sorry,
Gray color.
gray color.
white will be white.
Means you have to means like that white. Okay. But what will happen here? See here. It set the white. Okay, but if you are mentioning any default, still it is the white. But we require here black, no?
Change it to black.
Okay.
Then we check the condition.
How to set condition? Yes, correct. Tell me.
Style dot color. Choice again. Choice
Hmm.
double equal to.
Yes.
And check it empty.
Hmm.
Spin mark. Is white. Then colon. Then use the choice.
Correct. Now here, if you are giving any color name, it is applying black. Okay. Now it is working fine properly.